Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Now in this video we're going to be discussing Black Ops, Port Ops, Black Ops 4 for the Nintendo Switch is not coming to the Nintendo Switch. And the rather crazy amount of port begging that's been going on for Call of Duty on Nintendo consoles for the past 4 years. This marks the 4th consecutive year that Call of Duty has missed a Nintendo console ever since Call of Duty Ghosts on the Wii U back in 2013. So what happened is that we've been hearing rumors for the past few months that Black Ops 4 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch. First it was just, hey, Black Ops 4 is coming, and then it turned into another rumor that stated that Black Ops 4 was going to be just having the Battle Royale mode for the Nintendo Switch and nothing else. And it turns out that all the rumors regarding Call of Duty Black Ops 4 turned out to be true, except for that one glaring, obvious rumor that the Nintendo Switch version was coming. That rumor is false, unfortunately for Nintendo fans. And fans have been going out of their way for the entire year, basically, ever since Call of Duty World War II was confirmed to not be coming to the Switch. Ever since then, fans have been asking for the next Call of Duty to come to the Switch. Like, for sure, that game will come to the Switch, right? They have more development time. It'll be ready for the system by then. People said that World War II was not ready for the Switch because it was too soon and too early in the console's lifespan, that developers didn't have enough time to make the game for it. So that didn't happen. And now we have Black Ops 4 confirmed not to be coming to the Switch. After all this time for fans asking for it, there even was a rumor saying that Beenox was developing the port for Black Ops 4 for the Switch as well. That has also been proven to be false because why? Well, Beenox is working on Black Ops 4, but not for the Switch. They're working specifically for the PC version of the game, and that's all. So that Call of Duty game that was rumored that Beenox is working on is for none other than the PC. And this was all confirmed yesterday in an interview with Twinfinite.net. They sat down with both senior producer and gameplay designer at Treyarch, Yale Miller and Matt Scrontz. They managed to get a roundtable interview with them. And they asked straight out at the end of the interview, are there any plans to bring any aspect? They were very specific and they asked the right question, of course. Everyone wanted to know this. Are there any plans to bring any aspect of Black Ops 4 to the Nintendo Switch? And Yale Miller's response was very brief and quite simple. He said, no, there is not. So there is no plans to bring any aspect of Black Ops 4 to the Nintendo Switch, including Battle Royale, including zombies, including whatever the game has to offer. So you have it straight from the developer themselves that the game is not coming to the Switch. So does that stop fans from still saying it's coming to the Switch? Unfortunately, crazy enough, no. Over the past day or so, I'm still seeing quite a few people say that the game is still coming to the Switch. They're just going to announce it at E3 or at a later Nintendo Direct. So my point of view on this whole late port thing and like developers saying it's not coming and then it is coming later, my point of view on that is quite simple. When a developer says a game is not coming to the Switch or to any console in general, I take their word for it until proven otherwise, because there's no reason to keep your hopes up for a game to still come to a console when a developer says straight out that it's not coming. It just baffles my mind how many times I see people say that, oh, it's not coming now, but it's going to come later. It'll come later, trust me. Now, I will say this, that yes, this has happened in the past, but these are isolated incidents, and Call of Duty is something completely separate in these types of things because it follows a pattern with Nintendo consoles. The past 4 consecutive years, it has not received a Call of Duty game. In the instances with South Park and with the Crash Insane trilogy, those are both games that were asked specifically if they were coming to the Switch, and the developer said, we have no plans at this time. They left it open for future possibility that those games would come to the Switch, and they were in fact announced for the Switch later. That is completely different than what is going on with Call of Duty. So I want to make that clear. When a developer says something, and a different developer for that matter, each instance is different in itself. And you got to pay very close attention to how they word these things. Treyarch here was very clear and transparent. They said straight out there is no plans to bring Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to the Switch and any aspect of it to the Switch. And sadly, you know, I would like to see the game on the system, to be honest with you. The game looks fun, and I do enjoy Call of Duty games. Even though the series is played out, to be honest, and it is getting old, the same old every year. And I know that fans said the same thing last year after World War II was confirmed not to be coming to the Switch. Fans were port begging for that like crazy for the Switch. And when it was finally confirmed that it was not coming to the Switch, fans were like, good, I didn't want Call of Duty anyway. And I'm hearing the same thing again this year too. Look, if the game looks fun, it's okay to want it on the Switch, that's no problem, but the fact is, it looks like it's not coming to the system. And you know, if you want to be upset about it, that's fine. But you can't sit here and deny that you did not want this game on the Switch, because if it was announced for the Switch, fans would be excited and they'll be saying it all over Twitter, just like how they were begging for it on Twitter up to the reveal date. I saw tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet from multiple different Nintendo fans saying, please bring Call of Duty Black Ops 4 on the Switch. Is it coming to the Switch? Please do it, please do it, please do it. And now when it's not coming, I'm seeing, oh, this is terrible, I don't want that game anyway. Or I'm seeing even more of fans saying, hey, it's just going to be released later. Look what happened to Crash Insane Trilogy. Look what happened to South Park. Those games didn't have any plans to come to the Switch at first, and they came later. Now, I'm going to agree with you and say, hey, nothing's impossible, and any game could be announced for any system at any time, and companies do lie and all that stuff, you know, but in regards to Call of Duty, I really advise to not get your hopes up that the game is coming to the Switch. They just said it's not. To Nintendo fans, to anybody out there still hoping for the game to come to the Switch, they think it's going to be held back later, or you think the developers are just lying, I suggest just to forget about it at this point and move on to something else, basically, and look forward to that on the Switch. And don't worry about Call of Duty at this point, because all you're doing to yourself is just putting yourself through torture, telling yourself, trying to convince yourself that these games are still coming to the system, when the developer just told you it's not happening. So this is just a message to all the fans out there. I really hope that you look at the big picture with these games and take a step back, and when a developer tells you the game is not coming to the Switch, just go ahead and move on to something else, and if the game is announced at a later date, hey, that's great, and be pleasantly surprised. But putting yourself through all this anguish and begging and please and oh my gosh, why don't you bring it to the Switch? I'll do anything for this game. Please just do it, do it, do it. And then when they say no, it's not happening, and then say, oh, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Just please look at the big picture. I'm just saying this for your own good, for my own good, for everyone's own good. Just move on to something else. And if the game is announced later, great, be excited. But for now, don't torture yourself hoping in something that quite frankly is probably not going to happen. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Please let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Are you angry that Black Ops 4 isn't coming to the Switch? Are you fine with it? Were you really hoping it was? Or do you still think it is coming to the Switch even though they just told you it wasn't? I would like to hear your reasoning behind that, by the way, as well in the comment section. Alright, so if you did enjoy this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, and I'll talk to you guys very soon in the next video. Have a great day.